From the Delhi studios of Republic TV, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate.
Arnab Goswami on the debate at 9. Presented by Amity University. Powered by RP Sanjeev Goenka Group. Century Laminates and PolicyBazaar.com.
And welcome. It's official. Monday, the 22nd of January 2024 will mark the biggest moment, the biggest ever moment in India's civilizational history. Monday, the 22nd of January 2024 will be the day that the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya will finally be inaugurated. The birthplace of Lord Ram will be restored as its rightful place of worship for all Hindus. As a Hindu, I feel overwhelmed. As an Indian, I feel as proud that this is happening in our lifetime. Let's keep the tarnish and the taint that has been witnessed and borne aside. Let's keep the mocking of Hindu sentiments and the toying of all the statements politically that attempt to vilify and trivialize Hindu faith aside. Let's keep all of that aside. Because what the 22nd of January 2024 will be a true restoration of India's civilizational heritage. It will be a moment for Hindus, along with Indians of every other faith, to celebrate, because the restoration of Hindu civilizational heritage is synonymous with the restoration of India's civilization itself. I have no doubt about it. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that as we build up to the 22nd of January, these political players who've been the spokespersons of derailment, the elements that hampered the road to the Ram Mandir being a reality and denied the ever existence of Lord Ram himself, and of course the rent-a-cost champions like the Uddhav Sena who dumped his father's great vision on Ram Mandir for political opportunism, which like his conspiracies grandly flopped as well. I hope the fangs of divide, I hope the fangs of politics and the insatiable ability to try and color moments of celebration for the Hindu community with communal and the appeasement agenda are not what we see in the days ahead, because we want to celebrate. We're already celebrating. You go across the country, already there is a mood. The Ram temple is coming. The Ram temple is finally happening. People are saying it everywhere. You go across and you meet. There is a sense of celebration everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. And one has to commend the effort, the political will to ensure that the Ram Mandir was not left in the leaflets of a political manifesto, but actually became a reality for millions of Hindus across the world. And it's not just the pace, ladies and gentlemen. Many people said, how can you build a grand Ram Mandir so soon? It's not just the pace, because where there is heart, where there is intensity of effort, and when there is belief, and when there is Shraddha, then everything is immaterial. It's also the fine attention to detail that has gone into this project. Because when the Ram Mandir opens to the world, when every Hindu who worships Lord Ram and gets the opportunity to go into the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya, to bow before the Lord Ram statue, which has been made from the Shaligram stones which have been mined from the Kali Gandki river in Nepal, there is an overwhelming feeling that all of it will be a reality soon. This is the greatest moment for the country. Keep aside the politics. This is a moment for India. This is a moment for Bharat. This is a moment for Bharatiyata. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ram Mandir Tariq is here. January 22nd is the big day. It's the biggest moment in India's civilizational history. I'm debating that at 9 p.m. tonight. And Abhishek's taking over at 10 on Israel's war, now a global war. That big global debate with Abhishek at 10 p.m. And here are the headlines this Thursday evening on the debate tonight. Ram Mandir to be inaugurated on the 22nd of January 2024. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has confirmed his presence. In 3 months from now, Bharat will get the grand Ram temple. It's the biggest moment in Bharat's civilizational history. NCERT panel recommends using Bharat instead of India in textbooks. Congress sulks over the proposal. Israel's aggressive counter to the UN for justifying the Hamas attacks. Israel blocks visas for UN representatives.
There has to be a safer environment, which of course necessitates specific pauses as distinct from a ceasefire.
The UK and the US strongly back Israel, say can't give the Hamas an advantage for declaring ceasefire. And Turkey's Erdogan backs the terrorist group Hamas as he calls them warriors defending their homeland. Ladies and gentlemen, for decades, there was a political taunt. Mandir wahi banayenge, tarikh nahi batayenge. You'll remember this. But tonight, as the grand Ram Mandir at Ayodhya is almost ready, we also today have a date of its inauguration. And that date is the 22nd of January. The 22nd of January 2024 is the big day when Prime Minister Narendra Modi will participate in the Pran Pratishtha ceremony. This is the biggest moment in India's civilizational history. Let's debate.
Close to 7 p.m. Wednesday evening, Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Tirtha Kshetra Trust met Prime Minister Modi and extended invitation to attend the Pran Pratishtha ceremony on January 22nd. While accepting the invitation, Prime Minister Modi posted on social media platform X, and I quote, Jai Siya Ram. Today is a day full of emotions. Recently, the officials of Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Tirtha Kshetra Trust had come to meet me at my residence. He has invited me to come to Ayodhya on the occasion of consecration of Sri Ram Temple. I feel very blessed. It is my good fortune that in my lifetime I will witness this historic occasion.
मैं स्वयं महामंत्री चंपत राय आज माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी से मिलने गए थे। हमने उन्हें अयोध्या 22 जनवरी 2024 को पधारकर नए बन रहे मंदिर के गर्भगृह में भगवान राम के नूतन विग्रह की प्राण प्रतिष्ठा अपने करकमलों से करने का निवेदन किया। प्रधानमंत्री जी ने हमारा निवेदन स्वीकार किया। वे प्राण प्रतिष्ठा के अवसर पर अयोध्या में उपस्थित रहेंगे।
On Vijayadashmi, Prime Minister had prophesied on Ram Mandir.
आज हमें सौभाग्य मिला है कि हम भगवान राम का भव्यतम मंदिर बनता देख पा रहे हैं और अयोध्या की अगली रामनवमी पर रामलला के मंदिर में गुंजा हर स्वर पूरे विश्व को हर्षित करने वाला है। भगवान राम की जन्मभूमि पर बन रहा भव्य मंदिर सदियों की प्रतीक्षा के बाद हम भारतीयों के धैर्य को मिली विजय का प्रतीक है।
A stunning response to those who spread negativity.
भरातून लाखोच्या संख्येने हिंदू बोलवायचे, बस गाड्या ट्रेन सगळ्यात यायचं आणि तिकडनं झाल्यानंतर परतताना मध्ये कुठेतरी गोधरा घडवायचं. करू शकता कोणत्या तरी वस्तीमध्ये बस जातील, दगडफेक करतील, माणसं मारतील, पुन्हा देश पेटेल, पुन्हा तेच ते सगळं तेच ते आणि तेच ते पुन्हा घरांच्या होड्या पेटतील आणि त्या पेटणाऱ्या घरांच्या होडीवरती त्यांच्या राजकीय पोळ्या ते बसतील. सगळे डावपेच आहेत.
Ram Mandir has shaped the political narrative in India for decades. and the inauguration of Mandir after trumping all legal battles truly marks the biggest moment in India's civilization history. Let's debate.
I think for all Hindus, there can be no bigger day than this. And for all Hindus together, for all Hindus from all parts of the country, for all Hindus anywhere in the world, for all Sanatanis, for all those who say Jai Shri Ram, Jai Siya Ram, for all those Hindus who are proud of being Hindus, जो गर्व से कहते हैं हम हिंदू हैं, and for all Hindus who believe in the wonderful principle, the way of life which we call Hindutva, which defines the Hindu civilizational tradition. And for all Hindus also who believe that while we need to be open to all religions, syncretic nature of this country, the Hindu ethos of India, the land of the Hindus, cannot be undermined for any political purpose, for any external or internal invaders. Therefore, the 22nd of January is going to be a great moment, and I can tell you this, that's why I have the hashtag big moment for Hindus. I'd like to begin by asking Sadhvi Jaya Bharti. Sadhvi Jaya Bharti ji, what does it mean? What is the significance of the 22nd of November? Why is it such a defining moment for our country's religion, society and politics?
Jai Siya Ram to everyone. I'm very happy, and what a great day it is to be announced that, on 22nd of January, we would be, there'll be the Pran Pratishtha and finally Lord Ram. So, yesterday we celebrated Vijay Dashmi. So, the Ravan was killed, and so there's light all over, and just the next day Lord Ram's preparation for coming back to Ayodhya with Ma Sita and Lakshman ji and Hanuman ji and all his sevaks was, this was the day when they were actually preparing to come back to Ayodhya. And see, it's today that a day after Vijay Dashmi, we have now, an announcement that on 22nd, the Pran Pratishtha will be done. So as in Bharatiya, as a Hindu, we've been waiting to, for this day, and it has finally arrived. And I don't think there should be any objection to anyone, because even those who were not in favor of Ram Mandir or called it names, they were asking, कब बनेगा मंदिर वहीं बनाएंगे, तारीख नहीं बताएंगे. So finally the तारीख is here, the date is here. Everybody who wanted the answers to their question is here. So Ramlala is coming to his home. Though it was a long fight, we finally we've been blessed by Lord Ram, and it's a very happy moment for Bharat, for all Bharatiyas, I would say, because Lord Ram is, we owe our identity to his, his values and his virtues. And I'm very happy, and I congratulate everyone. And this is a very good news on a very pious day, and it makes us very, very proud.
Absolutely. And I think everyone should. The problem, of course, is that some narrow-minded people are trying to link this to the 2024 elections. These are people who are narrow-minded. These are people without an agenda. These are people who are scared of the reassertion of Hindu pride. And these are the people who we must be very careful about, right? So Ravi, Akashdeep Muni and Gyanendra Mishra understand this, that Hindus will no longer be divided, right, by anything. I think you guys nowadays, Gyanendra, are trying to use caste as an element to divide Hindus. Believe me, it is not going to happen. It's going to be a big flop show. Hindus are very much united, right? And don't take the Owaisi line. It is inevitable. You could have delayed it. I mean, if you had been in power, if the Congress party had been in power, it perhaps would never have happened. They would have probably even gone against the Supreme Court verdict to try and delay it in some bureaucratic red tape, right? Ishkaran, they would have done that, right? Ishkaran, do you have any doubt about it?
Arnab,
Had
the
it been the
argument
Congress
was
party in
just
power,
one-
would Sonia Gandhi have allowed it?
Arnab,
your entire
just one brief point on this. Do you remember that it's a question to me, Arnab, because it's a serious topic.
and the completely
If I can
prejudiced, which is the trend, that it is in a totally prejudiced assertion when you speak that there are people who opposes the construction of Ram Temple. I don't think there is a single
affidavits are
Hindu in
filed by
India
the UPA government.
who will not find joy
Affidavit
and
was filed by
pleasure
the UPA government. Have you forgotten that?
and the history of
Unbelievable.
the Ram Temple, from the unlocking, from the installation of the Ram Lala, is a testimony, But obviously, the difference is that the one political party only want to take the political advantage of this, while the other people worship and celebrate Ram being the center of their religious and cultural consciousness. And this is how the Ram should be celebrated, the Lord Ram should be celebrated.
Arnab,
And therefore, the construction now and the completion of the Ram
Okay, tell me,
Mandir in Ayodhya is a matter of joy and celebration for
will
all of
Sonia
us.
Gandhi,
But
will
those-
Sonia
but
Gandhi,
those who
Sonia
look at
Gandhi,
as the prism
will
of
Sonia Gandhi lose the
defeatism,
votes of any community?
will always make a
Will
political
Sonia
issue out
Gandhi
of it.
upset anyone in India or abroad? Will Sonia Gandhi upset people if she says that I am very proud to know that the Ram Mandir is going to be inaugurated on the 22nd of January, but she has not done that. Ishkaran is responding to this. Ladies and gentlemen,
Arnab,
just watch the silence on the other side tonight.
Arnab,
Watch the faces. They go still. They are so worried. In their mind, Ishkaran, they are visualizing Narendra Modi at the inauguration of the Ram Mandir. They are visualizing and they are seeing political catastrophe. This is what I call being narrow-minded.
They are behaving.
This is what I call being narrow-minded.
Can I speak? Arnab, we cannot have this way. Arnab, I
Ishkaran.
waited patiently for him to speak. Now
Ishkaran,
have
let's
some manners
celebrate.
and let me
Hashtag,
speak.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, thank you.
Big moment
Thank
for
you.
Hindus.
Thank you.
Hashtag.
You spoke.
Yes.
Arnab, let us be clear.
Akashdeep,
Arnab, let
aapse
us be
Ishkaran.
clear. There is, after me, you had your turn. Now let me have my turn. Okay, let me have my turn. Arnab, it is a very serious topic.
Come in,
and
please.
let us be clear on a certain Arnab. Let us be clear on certain fundamental aspects. We are the oldest continuous living civilization because we have always fought against barbaric invader against all odds. But there is a fundamental difference after 2014 because I will give you the example. As a society, from K.M. Munshi ji, Sardar Patel ji, Dr. Rajendra Prasad ji, Somnath Mandir, they fought for it and untold thousands and millions of people fought for it. But the then Prime Minister, the first Prime Minister of India, Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru, founded Hindu revivalism. He did not want the first president, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, to go there at the inauguration. He effectively stalled the career of Mr. K.N. Munshi, who did not remain a cabinet minister much after the inauguration of Somnath Mandir. Those were the historical facts of that time, 1951. But what we see today, even in the Supreme Court hearing, Mr. Kapil Sibal wanted the case to be delayed till after 2019 election. That has been covered. Also, let us come to now. Stop interrupting. These are all historical facts which you cannot deny. That Somnath Mandir was called Hindu revivalism, even though it was just the re-establishment of the Astha. See, all of them will start jumping like popcorns, but you cannot change history no matter how much you jump. We will come to this moment, but it has to be put in its context. And now, Arnab, we have a Prime Minister who proudly comes from a movement which fought for it, and along with millions of others, which supported it, which now feels proud of going when the Ram Mandir is to be inaugurated. That is the fundamental difference, because as a civilization, we have always fought. Unfortunately, we have not always had leaders who are willing to lead that civilization, who are willing to give expression to that civilization, who are willing to lead that expression to its fulfillment. That is the fundamental difference, and that is what panics them. them.
Hindu
That
has
is what
woken up.
scares them.
All-
That the
all
Prime
Indians
Minister
have
is not
woken
saying
up
this
now
is
to
Hindu
your-
revivalism.
You are
The Prime
only
Minister
fooling
is not
people
trying
for
to stop
last
it. In
10
fact,
years,
he is the one who is
dividing people,
inaugurating it.
polarizing
So this
people.
panic
This is
that
what
they are
is your
setting to
agenda.
them, because the people can see the fundamental difference in policy and approach between this government and the previous
But
governments,
what
even though it be a
fundamentally,
court
there
order.
is nothing
Can
fundamental.
anyone deny the
fundamental is
historical aspects
employment.
of
The fundamental is
people who
poverty.
filed an
The
affidavit
fundamental is
saying
education.
Ram
The
Mandir,
fundamental is
sorry,
the
saying
health.
Bhagwan
The
Ram, there is
fundamental
no
is the
historical
safety of the
fact.
people.
The
That
fact
is what
is
is
people have
required.
rejected
Not
such
your
people.
Mandir will
People
not
who
serve
question
you.
the
Mandir will
historical
give you
facts of
employment
Ram
of what?
Mandir. People have thrown them into the dustbin of
what Mandir
electoral
is going to
wasteland.
provide to Hindus? Tell
That,
me.
thankfully, is
Nothing.
what has happened in India. You can
It is-
shout, you
it is
can
a
scream,
matter
but
of
you
your
cannot run
outside
away
your
from the
four
fact
walls.
how
You cannot,
in
the
Somnath Mandir,
Prime
who
Minister
played
is
what
not a
role,
Panda or a
and you
Pujari
cannot
who is going to
or hide
inaugurate
from
the
the fact
temple.
how
He
people
is a secular
persistently
person. He has
tried
to
to
be a
oppose
secular
Ram
Prime
Mandir,
Minister of
how
the
people
India,
filed
which
affidavits
respects
saying
all
that there is
religions
no historical
equally.
proof of Bhagwan Ram.
Right? Are you
राम
a
की धरती में
proprietor of
आपको
Hindu?
राम के
Are
प्रूफ
you
नहीं मिले थे,
proprietor of
कुछ
Hinduism?
नहीं होगा, वो
Or
आपकी
Hindus?
मर्जी है. अब
Can I-
Supreme Court की
everybody
constitutional judgment
Can I respond to Ravi?
What are they talking about?
Can I respond to you, Ravi?
Nafrat.
Can I respond to you, Ravi? By the way, Ravi, I need to respond to you.
आपके दिमाग
Ravi,
में दिल में नफरत
Ravi, I'm
है, क्या
responding
बैठ
to
के
you.
यहाँ पे hate speech कर रहे हैं कि हिंदुत्व is नफरत. This is the classical definition of hate speech what you are speaking here.
नहीं, इनकी
But of
logic
course
अलग
you can
है.
speak
I'll
because
tell you one thing,
creative
Ravi,
liberty
1 minute.
is allowed with
Ishkaran,
Violence.
Ishkaran.
Hindutva is
Because creative
division.
liberty is allowed with Hinduism, so you can spew all this nonsense. Because you can proudly spew all this
Okay,
nonsense.
now I'd like to say something here, Ravi. Ravi, I'd like to say
What
something
proud?
here,
I'm
if
a
you don't
proud
mind. And
Indian
Subrashta
first.
is joining the debate a little late.
I'm not going to be a religious
Yeah.
fanatic like you.
So then do not make such comments on Hinduism, Hindutva. Please do not do all that. That's the least. If you're a proud Indian, at least do that much.
In fact, I'll tell you one thing. I agree with you. I agree with you. You ask Hindus.
I'm
No,
I'm
no.
sorry, this gentleman, he was
Just
saying
1 minute,
that
1 minute,
let's
1 minute.
talk about real issues. Just one
No,
second. Give me
This
like
is within the four walls.
Sadhviji,
10 seconds.
Sadhviji, if I can just steer the debate. Sadhviji, if I can steer the debate and I can get Vineet and Subrashta on one side and Akashdeep and Shubhankar on the other. Actually, let me get Akashdeep and Ravi on the other because I'm responding to Ravi. And Ravi, I'm responding to you. I'll tell you what your argument is, and can I, Ishkaran, request you, I don't want to shout over you. I'll make my point very well, very brief. It will be very sharp. Viewers, the point of view being presented by the anti-Mandir group is Hindus want a toaster, not the Mandir. Hindus want a OTG, not a Mandir. Hindus want an air cooler, not a Mandir. Hindus want a carpet, not a Mandir. Hindus want a free train ticket, not a Mandir.
Don't try to.
And I think by giving this argument, you are trying to insult Hindus. You are insulting Hindus. Your argument, that is exactly what your argument is. And every Hindu watching the program will be angry with what you are saying. You are trying to denigrate Hindus and say, you are trying to tell, tomorrow you will tell Hindus that Hindus, you want a mobile phone, not a mandir.
Not the Hindus.
Hindus, you want a cup, not a mandir. Hindus, you want a pen, not a mandir. Hindus are laughing at you right now, Ravi, when you say this.
Intoxicated people for more than 10
It is not
years
opium.
By putting up this opium.
It is not opium, I'll tell you.
Use an opium.
I'll tell you, it is not opium, but let me tell you what is poison.
Using an opium to intoxicate people. They have come out of that hangover. They have understood that what have you been, how you have been.
First of all,
fooling,
both of you don't speak
how you
over
have
each
been
other.
distracting
Hindus,
people from the main issues.
Hindus,
By using this opium.
I'll
Mandir,
tell.
Mandir. This is your agenda.
By the way, I don't do drugs, it seems you do.
To divide people.
Let me tell you this.
To create
I don't do
hatred,
drugs, maybe you do.
To create violence.
Now my question is,
This is your agenda.
my question is, Ravi, I don't create hatred, but I want people to remember, 1 minute, Vineet and then Subrashta.
You do
Viewers,
create. You
please
do create
remember,
every evening.
when you watch this
create it.
picture,
Every evening you want it.
but people are with me, they are not with you.
Create hatred. Hindus don't want.
No, 1 minute, Vineet. Before you come in, I want to show the picture again. Narendra Modi accepting the invitation, accepting the invitation full frame for the 22nd of January, which is going to be a very exciting day in the history of our country. Just see this, viewers. when you are seeing these pictures there, and ask yourself, how many times were you told that this day will never come? You know why people are angry? इन्होंने कहा था ऐसा कभी दिन नहीं आएगा, मंदिर वही बनाएंगे, तारीख नहीं बताएंगे. आज उनको सब लोग कह रहे हैं मंदिर भी बन रही है, मंदिर बन चुकी है और तारीख है 22 जनवरी 2024. डाइजेस्ट इट. इसको आप एक्सेप्ट कीजिए. रवि जी चिल्लाइए मत, आपका गला खराब हो जाएगा.
ऑनरेबल सुप्रीम कोर्ट, मेरा गला खराब होने की चिंता आप मत करिए.
ओके.
Can I come in, please?
Okay. Vineet wants to say something to you. Vineet, आज गुस्सा मत कीजिए. We are all celebrating. We are in celebratory mood today.
Gentlemen, everybody, please.
Vineet, please open your argument. Otherwise, Ravi is too angry.
Ram Ram to you and Ram Ram to everybody who's on the show and all the audience who are watching me right now.
Ram Ram, please.
It is about, India got independence on 15th of August 1947. It was about the identity which we were fighting for all these centuries. The identity, the parichay of Sanatani is Ram. It is about our existence, which is about Ram. And this day is been announced today. My house has already been lighted up. If you happen to come today this side, you can see that there has been lighting been done.
Akashdeep, I'll come to you after Vineet.
I'm also reminded of
Akashdeep, after Vineet, please. Akashdeep, please, after Vineet.
I'm also reminded of Kothari brothers who sacrificed themselves at a very young age to make this issue in front of everybody. I'm also reminded of 4 gentlemen, Mulayam Singh, Sonia ji, son Rahul and Kejriwal ji and Uddhav ji. Mulayam Singh ji, who fired on the Ram Sevaks that time, killed innocent Ram Sevaks. Sonia and Rahul doubted the existence of Ram. They said it is mythology. Kejriwal ji, whose nani said that it is useless to build a temple, and Uddhav ji today, who is opposing that particular part. But this is resolve of all these million plus Hindus and Sanatanis, that a dispute of more than 5 centuries has been resolved without a single bullet been fired on behalf of the Hindus. See, the world will learn from this today, that you have been fighting for 5 centuries against the tyrannies, the opposers, and also the enemies within to get your own independence. And today the independence is about civilization, my own identity. And this identity, it will be celebrated for next millennium to come. This will be a date which we will all remember, the way Ram had come back. I remember what Ram told Lakshmana. When Lakshmana said, can we stay in Lanka? It's a beautiful place. He said, Janani Janmabhoomi Swargasya. Now this is the moment we remember that Ram also believed in the nationhood. This will build some faith in the people like Raviji, that this nation is great, this civilization is great, and we will go ahead. Raviji, Ram joins everybody, bonds everybody. You go to Kashmir, there is a Ram Avatar. You go to Punjab, there is Ram Avatar. You go to UP, there is Ram Sarup. You go to Maharashtra, there is somebody Ram Ratan. You go to Karnataka, there is Ramanujan. If you go to Tamil Nadu, there is Ram Narayan. There are people with Ram. The entire country is bonded by Ram. Ram is the soul of this country, sir. And today, you get invitation. Come, you also come, sir.
मैं
You will
प्राउड
like it. You
हिंदू
will be
हूँ, मैं
entitled.
खुश हूँ
You will have happiness,
कि
sir.
अच्छा
You
हुआ
will be
राम
always
मंदिर
happy if
बन
you
रहा
see
है,
the Ram.
पर
You
राम
will speak
मंदिर के
Ram.
साथ
You will get
बनने से
pleasure.
नहीं, ये सब चिल्लाने से नहीं होगा. राम मंदिर के साथ एक अच्छा गवर्नेंस भी चाहिए हमें रोड चाहिए राम मंदिर तक जाने के लिए. आप देखिए गुजरात से अयोध्या जाने के लिए रोड है, दिल्ली से रोड है, दिल्ली से रोड ही नहीं है, पर वहां से फ्री ट्रिप्स जाती है. 36,000 लोग जाते हैं हर साल. आपको पता नहीं होगा, आप मेरे ऊपर बोलना चाहते हैं बोल लीजिए. सिर्फ राम राम की बात करने से नहीं होगा, काम करना पड़ेगा ग्रासरूट पे. आपको पता नहीं है काम करना. आईटी सेल भारतीय जनता पार्टी का आईटी सेल संभालते संभालते आप होश उड़ गए आपकी. आपको समझ में नहीं आता कि ना कि आईटी सेल चलाने से नहीं चलेगा. आईटी सेल वाले नहीं समझ सकते ये चीज. आईटी सेल वाले नहीं समझ सकते. आप मुझे ट्रोल कर लीजिएगा, ठीक है. इसके बाद राम मंदिर, दिल्ली से रोड अयोध्या तक जाता है, गुजरात से रोड अयोध्या तक जाता है. कैसा रोड है?
से जाता है.
नहीं, कैसा रोड है दिल्ली का? दिल्ली से जो अयोध्या तक रोड जाता है, अयोध्या गुजरात से जो अयोध्या तक रोड जाता है, उसमें क्या अंतर है आप बता दीजिए. वो टूटा फूटा क्यों है आप मुझे बता दीजिए. जब लोग जाते हैं फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट, दिल्ली से जाते हैं, क्या आपने भेजा? 22 जनवरी बड़ा दिन नहीं है.
2021 से लोग जाते हैं अयोध्या तक राम मंदिर का दर्शन करने के लिए, वो भी बड़ा दिन है। और राम मंदिर बन रहा है,
world will see this, sir. I invite you to come there, sir. Even if you just come near Ayodhya, your sins will be liberated, sir. Take my word.
मुझे एक बात बताइए,
Ratnakar became Valmiki just by uttering the word Ram. And people like you today, all your sins have been forgiven just because you have uttered the Ram in any way, for any cause. Okay, let us remind Ram for 5 times, sir. 5 बार राम राम बोल दीजिए, राम 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 राम, आपके सारे दुख हो जाएंगे किसी की।
राम राम मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ, पर मणिपुर कब हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी बोलेंगे? क्यों नहीं गए अब तक?
नहीं, राम करेगा ना।
क्यों चुप है?
अगर वो राम के धर्म में होता तो सही हो जाता।
मणिपुर पे क्यों चुप है?
गलत फहमी है।
क्यों चुप है मणिपुर?
गलत फहमी है।
नहीं, आप मणिपुर
आपकी
पे
गलत फहमी है। राम का इशू आते वहां पे भी शांति होगी।
बता दीजिए,
यू गो देयर सर।
प्रधानमंत्री जी,
व्हाट इज द, यू नो, Arnab, they have a problem.
का दहन करने के लिए
they have no problem with the prime minister.
This is a very unnatural reaction. I'll tell you. I'll tell you one thing. 1 minute. Vinit, let me please speak to Akashdeep. Akashdeep ji. भाई मैं आर्ग्यूमेंट क्या दूं? मैं आर्ग्यूमेंट क्या दूं आपको? आप आज खुद बनारस चले जाइए एक दिन। मैं गया था और जो तब था और जो अब है उसमें अंतर कितना है आप सोच लीजिए। अभी देखिए, इसमें आज फ्रस्ट्रेशन दिखाना ये समझ सकता हूं मैं, मगर ज्यादा मत दिखाइए। मेरी बात सुनिए आकाशदीप जी। आई टेल यू वन थिंग टुडे, व्यूअर्स एंड सुब्राष्टा विल स्पीक नेक्स्ट। आकाशदीप, लिसन, शुभांकर, टुडे आई वांट टू आस्क द ग्रेट कपिल सिब्बल, you tried to postpone a verdict of the Supreme Court. You went and said the verdict should be deferred till after 2019. Supreme Court refused the demand. It was a ridiculous demand. But the fact is, was Kapil Sibal the obstacle or not? आज मैं पूछूं तो गलत कह रहा हूं क्या? और कपिल सिब्बल अकेले कर रहे थे, किस पार्टी में थे? उसी पार्टी में थे जिन्होंने, एक मिनट बोलने दीजिए, उसी पार्टी में थे जिस पार्टी ने 2007 में कहा, एफिडेविट फाइल करके कहा that my lords, Ramayana can never be considered a historical record. It cannot be incontrovertibly proved that the existence of the characters of Ramayana was ever there. Lord Ram possibly never existed. Would you say this about any religion? Would Sonia Gandhi say this about any figure of Christianity? Would Sonia Gandhi say this about any Christian figure?
It was never.
Would she say this? I am sorry. It was a filed on affidavit during the UPA government. And today the problem is, you have this picture, Subrashta. People are seeing the picture and saying, चलो, इतने challenge कर रहे थे ना, हो गया. Challenge accepted. Challenge accepted. Date भी है. So it's a turning point. In fact, Subrashta, I'll tell you, today we cannot even believe the things that these people had done to stop the Ram Mandir from happening. Why should we be generous and say, नहीं सबको लेके चलते हैं? इन्होंने रोकने की कोशिश की थी, सब कुछ किया कांग्रेस की सरकार ने, इसलिए आज वो सब मौन है, कुछ बोल नहीं पा रहे. सुब्राष्टा, it's a turning point and I would keep repeating, never forget the people who tried to stop the construction of the Ram Mandir. Remember those people, never forget those people.
They shot Arnab.
Never forget those people.
They shot Ram Sevak.
Never. Subrashta, please, Subrashta is on the debate with Shubhankar. Subrashta and Shubhankar, 2 versus 2, please.
It is against the historical facts.
Well, it's a reality, you know.
That it is a wrong statement. It is a false statement.
I think, Arnab, it needs to be understood.
The construction of Ram Temple. It is the Congress which laid the foundation for the construction of Ram Temple by installing the Ram Lila.
Who is Kapil Sibal, sir?
You know.
क्या वाह कांग्रेस, what a joke.
But
may I ask this gentleman
one is opposing
pains to the Congress with respect to the immense
ask him, they were so nervous
made in the inauguration of the Ram Temple. May I just ask this gentleman who Kapil Sibal is? Do you know this politician called Kapil Sibal, sir?
Try to take
sir,
the credit of
hello, sir. If you are not on Moon, if you are in India and you are on Republic's debate, can you answer me one question? Who is Kapil Sibal, sir?
More than 1 billion Hindus of this nation.
Arnab, is he Does he have some auditory
Answer her question. No, who is Kapil
Is he not
Sibal?
able to hear my question?
No, you speak louder, louder please for Subrashta. Louder Subrashta.
Individual to take the credit isn't
Sir,
totally
who is Kapil Sibal, sir? If the Congress party is responsible for laying the foundation for Ram Temple, then who is Kapil Sibal? What was Kapil Sibal's role in this entire, in this entire drama that unfolded in the Congress party with respect to Ram Mandir?
That every contesting party need a representation.
Sir, I'm asking a simple question. Why are you giving me lecture and gyan?
Where the court will
Who
not
is
hear
Kapil
the
Sibal? Was he in favor of the construction of Ram Temple? Why did he fight that infamous case? It will be called an infamous case.
And it is the different lawyer who needs to
Arnab,
represent
you'll have to mute this gentleman because I think he's going on record.
No, this is not because you are making a wrong statement.
Speaking the same thing like a broken record. Let me put this out very clearly. I have been following this controversy ever since I gained political consciousness, and every time this sham of an argument of make a hospital there, make a secular institution there, I would want all masjids in this country, all Muslims in this country to have to give a referendum to the Muslims. Let us ask the Muslims also if they really require masjids or do they require employment opportunities in the place of the masjid. Let us raise all the masjids and create employment opportunities for Muslims, because these are the people, these are the very secular people who would say that Muslims are left behind in development milestones. So let's do that. And then once the minorities of this country present an example, then maybe the majority can follow. Let me tell you, you have Ravi Srivastava on your show who says that you spew venom and you vitiate the atmosphere and all of that. Then what is Ravi Srivastava doing in his debate then? Is he a part of vitiating the atmosphere brigade? What is he doing here? Please understand, Mr. Ravi, that Navratri was celebrated very recently. Today is Ekadashi. On the auspicious occasion of Ekadashi, this is a fitting tribute to the nation that we as proud Sanatanis are celebrating and will continue to celebrate for millenniums to come. 22nd January 2024 will be etched in the national history as a glorious chapter. As a glorious chapter of Hindu assertion, of Hindu pride. And please understand, this is where millions and billions of Hindus, not just in India, but also abroad, this is where our faith lies. You have a problem, please deal with it. You have constipation, please take required medicine. You have...
Millions have no job. What millions you are talking? The
oh my God,
suffering.
then why don't you win elections and prove?
Today.
And prove that the issues that you are raising really hold Who is stopping Mr. Ravi Srivastava to stop ventilating from the
No, they are saying the argument being put. Ravi, you are so hyperventilating so badly. I think your BP is certainly gone up and your heart rate must be over 200. Zara check karo. Check your heart rate, it will be over 200. Be careful. Be careful, slow down, lower your heart rate. I'm not asking for it. You can hate Hindus, but don't increase your heart rate about it. Hindus are tolerant, generous people. Hindus are tolerant, generous people, Ravi. Hindus don't want your BP to go up. Now listen to me. Today, it's a big moment for Hindus. I have one small question. Sadhvi ji, 1 minute. Sadhvi ji, 1 minute. Sadhvi ji, 1 minute. Arey Baba, Ravi, you're a senior guy. You're much senior to me. I'm not trying to polarize anyone. I'm a good person. I'm happy. Why don't you want me to be happy? I'm happy. I will go to the Ram Mandir at the earliest that I can myself. I will go. Now my point is you should also go. By the way, I want to ask you, Sadhvi.
I don't make a show of it. I don't make a drama of it.
Like you do in the 4 walls. I'll go to the Ram Mandir.
4 walls of my house. 4 walls of the house.
I'm not asking you about your personal life. No. 1 minute. Just 1 minute. 1 minute. Shubhankar. Now Ravi, please, Ravi, you got my attention. Listen to me. Ravi, Shubhankar. Ravi says, he says Hindus want a toaster grill. Hindus want a OTG. Everyone on. He says Hindus want an air cooler, they don't want temple. Hindus want a toaster, they don't want temple. This kind of argument he is giving. Would he say to Muslims, forget Babri, take a bank account? Would you say that? Would you say that to Muslims?
Not a Hindu.
Would you say that to Muslims? You wouldn't talk to them like that.
Hindu does not want it. Again, you have come to your agenda of Hindu-Muslim.
Who are you? Hindus want it. Who are you to say they don't want it? Shubhankar. The argument that Hindus don't want a Ram Mandir is a disingenuous argument which will go nowhere. The new argument, the woke argument. Hindus ko Ram Mandir nahi chahiye. If Hindus don't want Ram Mandir, who will want Ram Mandir? Don't be ridiculous, Shubhankar. Hindus don't want Ram Mandir. Hindus don't want Ram Mandir. Christians want Ram Mandir.
At least you can respond to it.
It is there.
Yeah, Shubha Vijaya to you.
This is the problem. I'm just wishing you all Shubha Vijaya, but we are still into hatred so much that no one is responding to it. Anyways.
Yeah, but what is this argument? Hindus don't want a Ram Mandir.
Listen.
I'll open the lines, you'll get to know what Hindus want.
Arnab,
I'll open the lines, you'll get to know what Hindus want.
I'm wishing you Shubha
Yeah,
Vijaya,
Shubhankar, go
but
on.
we are all...
Yeah, I'm wishing you also Shubha Vijaya, but I've been hearing this for too long.
That we are not actually
Hindus want nothing.
Anything.
Hindus want a TV, they don't want Ram Mandir. Hindus want the World Cup, they don't want Ram Mandir. Hindus want a toaster, they don't want Ram Mandir. Who are you to talk like that?
Okay, fine.
Yeah, please, Shubhankar, continue, please. Yeah, go on, Shubha Vijaya.
I don't want to even listen to this.
Ravi is crossing the limit today, even by his own.
Everyone, and this is we have just spent a festival of peace and love. So let us remain with that. Number two, I don't know what Ravi said about toaster or griller. I didn't hear that part, so I won't comment on it. Now the thing is that I believe in Durga ji more than in Ram, or I believe in Kali ji more than in Ram. So do I become a lesser?
Ye dekho now.
Who is going to
decide? Yeah, great.
You're coming up with Ram Mandir, good. Happy with it, happy with it, but
address
a Hinduism particularly on basis of your own merits. Number one, no, I don't want any merit points from you. There is no one is arguing about Lord Ram, but kindly don't insult Hinduism by saying that if I am a worshipper of Durga ji or Kali ji, I've got nothing to do with Lord Ram, so I'm not a Hindu, I'm not a Sanatani. And who is going to say that?
I think you are the
I come from a Bengali family. I've got nothing to do with Ayodhya. I'm saying I've got nothing to do with Ayodhya. So what? Do I become a lesser Hindu?
Bengalis don't call Durga ji. They call Ma Durga.
The same thing falls on every one of you. Why is it such a big problem for you to understand? Why do you get so arrogant about it? Why is there so much of arrogance? You believe in Lord Ram, you're most welcome to do it. You worship in the way you want to do it. But in a democracy, I have all the right to choose my own Lord for my own self. I've got the entire right to choose whom to worship.
Let me tell you how
and who is going to give me certificate of being a Sanatani or not?
Confused. You know, Arnab, this
No.
that you made,
see, this is the thing.
They are
Arnab,
so confused.
There is never a debate. There is never a debate over any Lord worshipping or anything. The debate only comes when there is a comparison.
No, this is
what are you interested in? There is a comparison. That see, this is a big thing. Oh, BJP has done a big thing that they have come up with a mandir over there. Okay. What have you done for we Bengalis? Aren't we Hindus? What have you done for the 1,000 more castes in what we have already there in Hinduism? What are you doing for them?
Do not debate.
So
you
what?
have no knowledge.
I don't understand a very simple thing. I'm just closing. See, I am blatantly, I am just saying that see,
you have no knowledge.
I don't believe in Lord Ram and in Ayodhya. So do I become a less Hindu if I believe in Durga ji more? If I believe in Kali ji more?
Zero minus knowledge about
I'm a worshipper of Durga ji.
You have zero
I have everything to do with Durga ji or Kali ji.
Introduced by opening.
So do I become less Sanatani? And who are you to tell me that?
Oh God.
Who are you to tell me that I'm a lesser Hindu or lesser
Subrashta is also into this part of the debate.
See, this
2 versus 1. Shubhankar, do you realize how ridiculous you are sounding? Shubhankar, 1 minute. Shubhankar, 1 minute. Sadhviji. I wish to... Shubhankar, 1 minute. Shubhankar, Shubha Vijaya, yaar, keep quiet now 1 minute. Let me say something to you. Are you going on and on now? Shubhankar, listen to me. Shubhankar, listen.
I'm quite Arnab.
Shubhankar, 1 minute. Vinith, 1 minute.
Arnab, let me answer this.
Okay, you go for it, Vinith.
please, Subhangarda, don't insult Bengalis. I'm a Jamai of Bengali. You know, they worship as they.
Arnab, I need 30 seconds to make
Go together,
point
come
and
together,
everybody
and
can
go
have
to
their
Bangladesh and bring the Joshuri up.
Arnab, give me
I'll be
30
with you.
seconds.
Everybody's with you. Let us take Joshuri up. Let us go to Ma Tara. Make a Tara's, place, the biggest in the world. Who stops us? Come together, sir. Today you come with me. I'll come with you tomorrow. Being a Jamai of Bengalis, I'll come with you. Let us take Ma Tara's place to the world's largest place.
Denying that
Let us go to Mamta ji. Tell them to allocate 100 acres of land and make it the biggest place in the world, sir. We all celebrate Ma Tara, Ma Joshuri.
If I worship Durga ji or Kali ji, I believe in them more, so do I become a less Sanatani or lesser Hindu?
Remember this particular part.
Don't I have the entire
democracy
to choose my God to
it is whether it is Bengali, whether it is Punjabi, whether it is Gujarati. And you don't have to tell me about Bengali, sir. I'm a Jamai and I've written more
you
tweets
might
than
be
you, sir.
Jamai of Nathuram Godse.
Shubhankar, 1 minute. Thank you, Vinit. Thank you.
Don't insult
I'm letting. You see, a moment, please. Attempted. Can you both gentlemen, give me a moment. Give me a moment. Vinit, wait now, please. Vinit, you're stretching it. I'm getting Ishkaran and Subrashta on the left. I'm trying to get everyone in. I'm responding to Shubhankar, but it is not my job to respond. It is Subrashta and Ishkaran's job to respond. Vinit, 1 minute. I will only say this, and please don't interrupt me. This is the most stupid argument I've heard for a long time. It is like saying that if you go to the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya, you will not go to the Somnath Mandir, you will not go to the Kamakhya Mandir, you will not go to Dakshineshwar. It is a crazy argument. It is an attempt at dividing Hindus on the basis of their preferred God.
No argument. It is my choice.
It is the kind of infantile argument that that Kamal Hassan puts when he says we are Shaivites, we are not Hindus. कुछ अता पता नहीं है, कुछ भी बोल रहे हो. 1 minute. There is no argument. Shubhankar, सुने नहीं ये चीज़ भाई. Don't tell me more. Don't tell me more, भाई. I also know. Please 1 minute. Now listen. I heard you, man. Let Subrashta respond to you, please. What are you saying? What are you saying? What argument is this? Arey bhai, 1 minute. 1 minute. If I'm a Krishna Bhakt, if I'm a Krishna Bhakt, then I am. If I'm from Assam, if I'm a Vaishnavite, I'll not go to Somnath Mandir. What do you know, yaar? कुछ भी बोल रहे हो जो मन में आए. Divide karo. What is this?
That's your
Subrashta. It will fail. Subrashta. Ayodhya is a big moment. Subrashta. Shubhankar, now you're sounding like Ravi on steroids, yeah. 1 minute. Subrashta.
Can you hear me in the studios?
So sorry, Arnab,
now you can. Now I can. Yeah.
You're just putting your judgments on everyone.
I always do, yaar. At least I'm not a hypocrite. ये तो मैं 20 साल से कर रहा हूँ. I only put my judgment. I don't stop you from making yours. Subrashta.
That's it. That's your perception, and it's my choice and my perception.
Shubhankar,
choose my own worship.
All right,
Subrashta,
so let me tell you what your...
Come on, that's your choice. You're welcome to visit Ayodhya, and I should be welcome to visit Durga Badi whenever I want.
Okay, yaar, I will. You also will. I know. You also will. Okay, now so Subrashta, start, please.
It is a matter of choice.
No, this is such a pointless argument which is
I have to read some tweets.
What is he even talking?
You know.
Subrashta, there is no argument.
Please let us understand, Shubhankar.
I'm not arguing anything. You are most welcome to worship Lord Ram as much as you want. The way you want. Who is stopping you to do that?
But hold on, Shubhankar, you have not even heard me speak. Why are you hyperventilating here? Listen to my...
How much time for
you cannot put a label that I'm not a Sanatani because
you know, Lord Ram worshipped Ma Durga as well.
My own perception.
I hope you know the story. I hope you know the significance. I hope you know the legend.
Nobody's denying that
I hope you're aware of our history.
Nobody's denying that fact. Even I'm not denying that fact.
Then what is your problem? Then what is your problem with the Ram Mandir being constructed at Ayodhya?
Because even Lord Ram accepted her as a deity. Even Lord Ram accepted her as a deity. That is what I'm trying to say. So if I can worship, if Lord Ram did worship Ma Durga...
So are you trying to classify gods now? So now shall I tell you so? Arnab, I think Arnab, you should hold a separate discussion on the aspects of divinity in Sanatan. And what is Param Purush? We should actually have a full-fledged conversation of who a Param Purush is, who Jagadamba is.
Why are you making such
What does Jagadamba say about Param Purush?
What is
Let us have a
making
conversation.
such a hue and cry about it?
Let us talk about Vishnu
And
Virat
how many
Swarup.
days? How many
Let
days
us have
will
that
you
conversation,
be
but
patting
we
your
have
own
it with
back?
an open mind. No, do
How
not
many days
try.
will you be
No, do
patting
not
your
try
own back for
to. Do
this
not
one?
try to be over smart,
Come on.
Shubhankar.
Come on, get
You know,
over it now.
anybody who
Get
has
over it.
read any of our
Chandla
religious
says-
texts
Get over it.
with the faith.
Ayodhya Mandir started.
We are not going to get over it. I will never get over the date of 22nd January because I will remember 22nd January 2024 till the last breath of my life. I will never be able to forget it. It will stay with me till my last moment. It will stay with all Hindus till their last moment. You are not understanding the sentiment. I want Ishkaran to express that sentiment, and I also want to say, Shobha Chandla says on the Motorola moment, it's really funny. You talk about Chandrayaan, they'll talk about Manipur. You talk about Lord Sri Ram, they will talk about Manipur. You talk about history books, they will talk about Manipur. Ishkaran.
Arnab, only people with a very limited intellect can believe that the two things, road, highways or sewing machines, are in derogation of building a massive Ram Mandir. I was in Kashi and you know how much the economy has improved there, how the land prices have shot up, how hotels have come up, how small homes have come into Airbnb. It has completely transformed the economy of the region, even though that's not the argument. Please shut up, you have been speaking for long enough. You have used so many words for making so little sense that the people are fed up with you now. So let us come to Ram Mandir, Arnab, for a second. Ram Mandir is a culmination of a 500 years battle where people put in their effort, their blood, their lives, and it came via a court judgment. So let us all celebrate. Can you stop hectoring? Can we not even talk about Ram Mandir? What is your problem? Why do you have so much angst against Ram Mandir or Hindus or Sanatan Dharam? Just appreciate the fact that even though it took 500 years, we are finally going to have a
I'll wrap this up by saying that I'll wrap this up by saying just one thing. Tomorrow is the big Republic Bharat conclave and we have big sessions on the Ram Mandir tomorrow, separate sessions on the Ram Mandir at the Republic Bharat conclave, which is why I'm wrapping up early and we are going into debate number 2 with Abhishek. But tomorrow, Rashtra Sarvopari Sammelan of Republic Bharat, all day tomorrow. We'll also broadcast it here on the channel.